Okay, hi and welcome to this week's session. So I'm going to be showing you how you can take some additional supplies and materials to make your stamps. And again, it's looking around at what you've got and seeing how you can, create some stamps for yourself. So one of the quick ways that I'm thinking is just, you've got some cardboard. You take the foam that we have, and if you've got some shapes that you've cut out, you can stick them to the cardboard and again make some shape stamps. I've got some homemade foam stamps that I made here, these particular ones. And what they are is this is the last piece of the sleeping bag foam that I have left. And as you can see, it's about half an inch, maybe a centimetre thick. And I've just cut out what I want. And then when you look at these stamps, you can see that what I've done is burnt into them. And again, you have to do it in a ventilated area. You got some nice just doodles and random designs there that make really nice repeated patterns. Yeah. And then the other thing I was looking at was I had bought these wooden shapes, and you can cut out a bit of the foam again, and we'll do that and turn these into stamps. So the wooden bit will be the bit that you hold on to, and then you'll have the foam on this side. Yes, so we're going to try that. And the other way is so these particular ones, I got some what are they called, like room decals. So basically it was a bird shape, and it had a sticky back on it, and then you could attach them to your wall. So I had flowers, I had different shapes that you could use. And so then what I did was, using my wood burning tool, will come in, and then you can see the design. Actually, you can see the design on the back, but there, so you can see the design I cut out with my wood burning tool, and then it turns it into a really nice, this one, yeah, you'll have to see it that side, that one, that it's a bit finer. So look out for those room decal ones that you can get, and then you can, create whatever shapes you want. This is from the sleeping bag foam. So let us see how we can get on with taking the foam, getting a piece of wood, and we're going to stick it down and create our we're going to create a foam stamp from it. Yeah, and these you can pick up in most craft stores. So I've got my glue gun already ready, and I'm just going to apply quickly because it dries fairly quickly. And then just stick it down. Give it a minute. I wanted to see if I could get two in. If I can get this one here. I should be able to, shouldn't I? Okay, let me remove this. But yeah, it's a great way, as I say, to create your own stamps. Okay, so I'll try and do that. And create your own looks on your supplies, not your supplies, on your artwork. Trying to talk and work at the same time. Okay, we need that in there. So, and you should really only need one layer, but if you want, you can maybe stick another layer underneath and then cut through them both. So I'm just gonna separate these. I'm already on my self-healing mat, so it's just the time it takes to cut the shape out. So I'm just gonna check whether I want to leave it just one or two. I'm going to leave it one layer for the time being and see how it gets on. If I want to, I can always do another one. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut round. Alright, so here we are from the wooden pieces. I added the foam. It was easier to cut this one, obviously, because it's larger. This one was more challenging. But you can also try and, you can use the wood as is and ink it up, but you'll only probably get one good impression. I'll show you. This is this one that I did without just the wood itself. So I'll actually show you what it looks like now that I've added the foam. Let's have a look. Try and make sure that it's got a good amount on there. Not bad. It's not going to be as clean cut as this one, because cutting around the foam with the knife, it has to be a nice sharp knife, but that's not too bad. That's okay. You know what it is. Yeah. Let's do the same on the paper. So that's a nice little way, again, to make your own foam stamps. You find these wooden shapes. They come in, I've just got a whole bag full of them, different shapes. I wouldn't perhaps use these ones, but the larger ones are quite good. Okay. Right. So that one works quite nicely. I'm excited to try this one now. So I might need to re-ink my pad, but let's just see what we've got here. I'm going to use the brayer. Press it down well. Oh, yeah. You see? So that's another nice little foam stamp I've got that I can use in my journal on my fabrics. Oh. So just kind of stamp it off. But I like that. And again, I think it's worth taking the time to add the foam to it, but you don't have to. You can just, use them direct. But again, you'll only get a limited amount of impressions. Okay, so what else have we got? Right, I showed you the sleeping bag foam, and let me show you how that would stamp up. We'll just use one of these. This is supposed to be a tree with almost, it looks like lights around it. No, actually, do you know what I'll use? I'll use one that I can use as a repeating pattern. So that's that one. So on fabric, we've got, it's almost like a starburst, but I love the way, again, it's just a simple pattern that you create. And as I say, I took my this foam, so it's quite a dense foam, and foam comes in all shapes and sizes. So this is a sleeping bag foam, and again, you'd have to just feel it and see. And then I burned into it and have got a nice image now that I can work with. But I'll leave the link to the 100 days of foam that I did and showed all the different foam stamps, 100 foam stamps. I think there may have even been a bonus section. Okay, so let us now look at, so we've got the wood, we've got the sleeping bag foam, we've got the decals that you can buy, decal shapes, different types of shapes. I've had these for, I think they're about 20 odd years. I've had them that long, maybe 20 years, yeah. And then in here I've just got a selection of ones that I made up from other things. So if you've got those, as I say, I used to do card making, and if you have, where are they? You know the little sticky things, the double-sided sticky. So we've got a few here, and here's another one. Right, so I was doing card making, and look how these look. They look as old as they are. So you can stick these onto cardboard and then use them as stamps. So this is the larger one that I had done, and again, you just get some interesting shapes that you can use. It doesn't have to give you like a full kind of print, but you're gonna get something. Yeah, this is one of those, you put them under furniture basically to stop wooden floors getting damaged. And so I've just put two together. Ooh, look at the pattern. And these have got a pattern on them, so you've got two for the price of one. But you can get these in the dollar store. They do a variety. So this one has got a plain surface, but they do have the ones that are kind of fuzzy. So ideally you want the ones that are plain, and I've just stuck them together, and you can get a really nice effect with this. This has got a lattice effect anyway. And then this was again a similar sort of thing where it's supposed to protect the surface, or give you a space on the surface of I think it's a hardware thing, because yeah, I used to like going into hardware stores. I still do. I like power tools. And I do have a drill, I've got a sander, I've got a few different bits and pieces, electric screwdriver, and what else? yeah, I think finally I could show you again. This was what I was talking about with the cardboard. So you just cut out bits of cardboard, stick it down, yeah, see that it's cardboard, and then it can become a stamp. Let's do it bottom here. So you've still got a mark there, and let's do it up at the top here. So it looks exactly like this looks in the sense because you've got the ridges in the cardboard, and again it's just about the marks that you can make. See, there you go. Okay, so I think that's quite a lot to play with. See what you've got, see if you've got, again, you must have cardboard around. You can, or go to your, you know, the supermarket, and you'll be able to find some. These are, I never used to do my own roll. Did I used to do roll-ups? But these are the, you can get a bag of the tips, cigarette tips. And so I was thinking there must be some kind of craft activity I can do with them. So again, you can make shapes, but you can stamp out onto a surface and get a nice little shape and pattern. Yeah. So I've shown you a few that you can be getting on with. The cardboard, as I say, you know, you must have some sort of cardboard that you can have access to. Look at some of the, yeah, you must have some cardboard. Again, these wooden shapes that you can add foam to and create your own stamps. The double-sided shapes that you can use, and these ones had become slightly less sticky on the surface, so I couldn't use them for cards, but it was like they must be able to be used for something. Furniture, the things you put under furniture, under the legs, the chairs. What else have we got here? Yeah, the sleeping bag foam. The world is your oyster with the amount of stamps that you can make and designs that you can do on it. Just have fun and play about. As I say, I've got over 100 that I've made. It's probably even more now, and this is the last that I've got. I'm going to be on the lookout for some more. And then the decals, look out for, they usually have them for kids' rooms, or, you know, like in the home decor section, and see what you can find. And you might be able to use those. So here is the selection and the stamps that I've made. I haven't done any of the thin strips, but what I can potentially do is maybe use, where was the one that this one, there may still be some ink left on here. Yeah, that's just a bit, so I can, you know, when you've inked up a larger stamp, you can then do it on some of the smaller bits of fabric that you may have. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Look forward to sharing some more next week with you, and I think we'll probably be looking at some of the clear stamps that we may have sitting around and seeing how that they will look on fabric. So take care for now, and look forward to seeing you then.